This is MC Tone from the 757 Spin Number the Truth. Back to y'all with another video. And you know what time it is, man. It's the NFL team breakdown. And today is the Miami Dolphins, man. And it was a bad season. I wouldn't even call it a bad season. It was a rebuilding season. And what a great job they did rebuilding. Brian Flores, I tip my hat off to him. A lot of times of the season, people thought they were going to lose every single game. And I think this is how a rebuild should be in the NFL, man. The players, even how terrible they started off, they never gave up on him. And you've seen a lot of players still fight for him and play hard for him, and that's one thing you want a coach to do. A coach should do is to inspire his players and be a leader. And Brian Flores did that for his players. The players still played hard for him. They got better throughout the season. I think they went 5-1 during the 5-1 during the last 6 games. The team improved over time. Like I said, this team is definitely, they were rebuilding. Now, this is year 2. They retooled, so it's going to be a developmental year for a lot of their young players. I mean, I know everybody heard they picked up Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama. I think they should sit him for at least half the season, or at least let him play the last 4 games of the season to get him some NFL reps. But I don't think they should start him right away. Let him develop. Let him give time to learn the system and adjust to the NFL system. Especially, he's going to be your franchise quarterback, taking that number 3. But let him learn. Let him develop. Let him see how fast the game is. We know he has a history of injury, but the videos I've seen, he looks pretty healthy. Let's just give him time to develop, man. I think he's one of those players who's going to have to sit for some time to really see to maximize his potential. Even though I do believe he has a high ceiling. The Miami Dolphins, like I said, they did a good job rebuilding. I think they're probably going to finish last, but I think it's not going to be a terrible last. I think it's, like I said, it's going to be retooling. Having guys develop. See who has in the future. They had 3 first-round picks. They just did a great job, man. Hats out to them and Brian Flores. I can't give him enough credit for coming out of that New England system. And like I said, New England is good that they have him. I think they're in good hands. Let me start off. Head coach Brian Flores, like I said, great head coach. Did a great job to lead his players through tough times through the season, especially at the beginning, but definitely, especially at the last game of the season to beat the Patriots. It was very good, especially in that last drive, man. It just really showed what kind of coach he is. Number one, let me get to their draft picks. Number one at the 3, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. What do I think of Tua Tagovailoa? Did I think he was better than Joe Burrow? I believe in Joe Burrow is a little bit better than him. I don't think Tua is as athletic as people think he is. I think he has some mobility in the pocket. He's a pocket passer to me. I would say he needs a good offensive line to great offensive line, especially in guard play. Tua, he's very accurate. I do like the accuracy from him. He does have great touch on the ball. And to me, sometimes need to he's gonna have to learn his lead. He gotta let it go sometimes. Can sometimes be a little stiff in the hips, but other than that, I think Tua was definitely a great pick. First round offensive tackle, Austin Jackson out of USC. He's one of the youngest, I think, offensive tackles coming out of this draft. I think he was 20 years old. He's going to be starting the season, and it's going to be him and Robert Hunt at the top tackle position. They're going to have 2 young tackles starting. So this is going to be a young offensive line, especially in the tackle position. But hey, I think they really had high hopes, and he has a real high upside. So shout out to him. And you got quarterback Noah Igbinoghene out of Auburn, and they've been having some praise about him, so hopefully he has a good season. Offensive line, Robert Hunt, like I said, he's going to be starting the season at the offensive tackle position. You got defensive end out of Alabama, Raekwon Davis, who's a big defensive tackle. I think he's going to play a key position or rotational piece at the defensive line. You got safety Brandon Jones, guard Solomon Kinley, Curtis Weaver. I think was a great pick where they landed him at number 5 defensive end out of Boise State. Long snapper Blake Ferguson, and wide receiver Malcolm Brown out of Navy. So pretty good. Some key free agent signings. Brian Jones, to me, it was a good pickup. I would like to see Brian Jones I would like to see him create more turnovers. He does cover a lot of the wide receivers. He does have a good cover rate. But like I said, I want my corners to really have interceptions, especially for the amount of money that they're paying them. I would just like to see Byron Jones cause more turnovers and get a little bit more interceptions. And I think he only had 2 in his career so far, but he's definitely a great cover corner. Don't get me wrong. Kyle Van Noy out of New England gives you a solid rotational pass rusher in the linebacker position. Jordan Howard, I think Jordan Howard was a good pickup, man. Jordan Howard, remember he had 2,000 yard seasons for the Bears, and I'm surprised the Bears let him go for Ty Montgomery. The Eagles, he was okay for the Eagles, but I think Jordan Howard was definitely going to be a good pickup for them. Emmanuel Agbo at the defensive end position, and Shaq Lawson was a great pickup. Eric Flowers had a resurging years with the Redskins at the guard position, so hopefully he's going to be asked to protect somebody like a Ryan Fitzpatrick early on in the season. Clayton Fajelam, Ted Karras is going to be, I think, starting at the center position. Gruger Hill, he's going to be at the linebacker position. They're a revamped linebacker core. Alendon Roberts, linebacker, and Adrian Colbert. The offense, it was the problem. Definitely they was hoping that they had upside with Josh Rosen. That wasn't the case. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a journeyman, solid play, but you're looking for a little bit more. Like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was a good veteran, man. He's a good guy, great leader. He's gonna step in and he knows his role. He's the placeholder for Tua to get him right. Great mentor to have. So hopefully Ryan Fitzpatrick can help. I always say give him off to a good start, but we know I don't think that's the high hopes for them to have a good start to the season. But like I said, it's a developmental year. I think they're going to play hard and they're going to be an exciting team, especially when Tua gets a couple of games in. Offensive plays, they rank 11, top 20. Time of possession 20, points 25th, yards 27, pass yards 12, passing touchdowns 19th, your rushing yards 32, rushing touchdowns 24, red zone touchdowns 20, overall touchdowns 25th. The defense was terrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but they did get better throughout the season. Points 32, yards 30th, passing yards 26, passing touchdowns 32, rushing yards 27, rushing touchdowns 21, red zone touchdowns 29, overall touchdowns 32, and time of possession 29. So definitely needs to get better on defense. Some key players, I do like Jordan Howard and Matt Breida. I forgot they did pick up Matt Breida, so they do got a good running back tandem, especially Matt Breida, he's a speedster. So hopefully that brings good balance. One power runner, one speed back, especially he's going to have help in the passing game. They got Devontae Parker. If you don't remember, Devontae Parker put a little bit of work on Stephon Gilmore, especially in the last game of the season. He could not guard Devontae Parker. So Preston Williams and Jakeem Grant, the speedster, Mike Gesicki, I think he's gonna have a good year for them at the tight end position. You got Eric Froh, a nice safety. Byron Jones, Xavien Howard, he's one of the highest paid cornerbacks in the league. And Jerome Baker at the linebacker position, who I think they had found him in the 3rd round last year, and that was a good pickup for them. So yeah, I think the Dolphins, man, like I said, they're still gonna be a developing team. I think they have a lot of upside. Let's see what they can do. They did a great job with their picks. To me, had a great draft. But this is a team that still needed to develop more, still develop their players. Brian Flores, they're doing a good job. Just hopefully they can keep on building this team, because it's been years since the Miami Dolphins have been relevant. I think they're doing a great job. Let me know what y'all comments. What y'all think of the Miami Dolphins? What do y'all think about their development process? I think a lot of teams have learned from this process, starting to learn from the Raiders process. Trade a lot of your key players who are looking for a big contract but don't contribute to winning right now. Get some draft picks and rebuild at multiple spots that y'all are missing. And I think that's what a lot of teams are doing who haven't been relevant for a couple of years and need a rebuild. So it's rebuild, retool, see where we at in a couple of years. So shout out to the Dolphins for doing having a great hiring Brian Flores though. So let me know thoughts, comments, subscribe if you like the video. Tone out, thank you.